Welcome to Chapter 10, Lesson 2. This chapter is about tenths. Remember, they're using this 100 to represent 1. 1.01. All right? And when you just have 10, this represents the tenths place. This. 0, and you always have to write that 0, 0.1. Okay? This is 1 out of 10. And this represents 100th. So 0 in the tens place and 1. Okay, 100th. 100th. Okay? All right. Lorna and Rebecca went to 10 horseback riding lessons. 3 of the lessons were outside the barn. So 3 out of 10 outside the barn. What decimal represents the horseback riding lessons that were spent outside? All right. Well, there were 10 horseback riding lessons. 3 out of the 10 lessons were spent outside. 3 out of 10 equal parts means 3 tenths, right? 3 tenths. So they've modeled it using, again, the 100. This would represent 1 fool. And 3 of these tenths. 1, 2, 3. They've modeled it. Now they're saying use the place value chart. Write 3 tenths in the place value chart. Well, there are 0 whole grids shaded. So we don't have a whole one of these. You have to have a 0 in the ones place. You always have to have something in the ones place. Then we have our decimal point, because that shows where we're switching from wholes to fractions. And tenths. We have 3 of those. And we have 0 hundredths. 0 of these little guys. So, 0.3 of the horseback riding lessons were outside. And how you say this would be, you would still say 3 tenths. So as you would read it out loud, yes, most time we say 0.3. But the proper way is actually to say 3 tenths. 3 tenths. Okay, let's flip it over. The campground has 10 campsites. 8 of the campsites have campers. The rest are empty. What part of the campground is empty? Write as a decimal. Well, first I'm just going to write it as a fraction because we know 10. 8 out of 10 have campers. So that leaves 2 out of 10 as empty. Right? Because 8 and 2 makes sense. If 8 out of 10 campsites have campers, then 2 out of 10 campsites do not have campers. And they've used a number line here. The number line is divided from 0 to 1 in 10 equal parts. So from 0 all the way to 1. Right? So 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, 1. 2 out of 10 is 2 tenths, or 0.2. So 0.2 or 2 tenths of the campground is empty. Use words to describe 0.7. Well, I know I would say the 7 is in the tenths place, so 0.7 is 7 tenths. 7 tenths means 7 out of 10 equal parts. So 0.7 can be described as 7 out of 10, or 7 tenths. 7 tenths. Oops. Tenths. In word form. Tenths. Gotta say it with that TH sound. Okay, I hope decimals are catching on for you. It's actually a really great way to record fractions. I hope you enjoy decimals. Okay, see you in class.